Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Paranormal Tuesday. Of course, I'm joined by Bob, and this week's very, very special guest, as many of you know, and now it's our resident medium as well, of course. It is Miss. I did this the other week. Denise Kershaw. There we go. I did this the other week at the town where I'm like, Miss. I'm like, yeah. It's Denise Kershaw, everybody. So many of you
I'm only known as Denise.
Many of you did see Denise, of course, at the weekend with us and at Townley. So if you do have any questions for her, just put it in the comment section and we'll read them out. As usual, we're going to talk about what happened at the weekend. And don't forget, before anything, we are sponsored, of course, by Paranormal Technology, Paratech. You're not just buying equipment, you're buying an experience. So all you have to do is send Mark a message, show that you've liked the page, and you get 10% off your first offer. So absolute win-win. So, get into the episode. I'm excited. Let's see what we got on. Carl is on. Good evening, buddy. Hope you're all right, mate. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Carl will be with us hopefully next week. He's just trying to sort the camera issue out. So, we'll start with you, Denise. So, obviously, you went to Gawthorpe 15 years. Was it 15 years ago?
Roughly about that, yeah.
And you had very interesting experiences up there.
Do you want me to tell you the story? What was... Oh God, I say really broad, don't I? Yeah, going back, end of 1999, 1990, 98. I started what we're doing now, like going into like paranormal investigations. So it's going to be roughly about that time. We went just went down with cameras because obviously we didn't have camera phones then. They're going to sell that old now. And we just gone round. I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. We were just going around taking, like we were on Friday, just taking random photographs.
Yeah.
And where the stairs where we went down, where the monk, that corridor kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had the feeling I needed to get out. I don't know why, but I just had this feeling. And I said to Susan, who was with us, on Friday, she with me then, we need to go. But I didn't know why I wanted to go. And as soon as I got to the top of the stairs, there's a guy stood there. All I saw were these black boots and this big light. And I'm thinking, oh God, we're going to get done. And it was groundsman. And I think it was like spirit saying, get up there, because if we hadn't done, we'd have missed him, because he'd have walked past and we'd have been down below.
Yeah.
So I asked what we were doing, and we told him that we were doing this ghost hunting. So he told me about the cottages. That's where the cottage comes in. Yeah. And asked us, he said, would you like to come and have a look? So I thought, oh, yeah. So he had the keys in his little shed. So we went to his little potting shed thing and he got keys. And now, as we were walking down, and we just started to go into the grounds a bit, I just took a random photograph. And on the end of the window, there's a big orb on my camera on the right side. So opens door which goes into the kitchen, but there's no electric and no gas, because apparently nobody had lived in it for quite a long time, because it said apparently it were haunted and nothing will grow next to it. So if they plant any like flowers around it, further away, yeah, but round it, nothing grows. Anyway, I went in, downstairs. It just reminded me of an old folks home, because it was like old-fashioned furniture. You know the chair, what you get at the side of your bed in an hospital, and it's like the wooden legs. It was like that kind of a suite, and then you've got old-fashioned sideboard, etc. No TV or anything like that. And didn't sense anything downstairs. Anyway, so would you like to go upstairs? So we goes upstairs and went into the bathroom. And oh my God, it was like something out of Amityville Horror. You know the film where they have all the flies on the window? It was just full from top to bottom, all over the glass. Blue bottles and big green flies. And then there's like a mountain of dead flies on window bottom. Now in there, I got a real bad feeling. Now I don't know whether somebody's committed suicide or whether somebody's passed away at somebody else's hand. I didn't like it in there. And then we went looking in different bedrooms, which I didn't feel anything. And then we got to the end one. And I remember feeling like a lady there. You know, like I don't know if it's like Edwardian times or Victorian times, but they used to wear the long dresses and the petticoats underneath.
Yeah.
bed where it had one of them eiderdown on, like the old-fashioned eiderdown and everything. And there was a lamp at the side of it, which reminded me of like one of them. I don't know if it was an oil lamp or not. I can't remember if it was electric or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a good look round, and then he said, we're going out now. So obviously John's got a torch because he's going around with a torch and everything to lead way and everything. So anyway, when we come out, he's just locking up, and I just thought, I'll take a photo. And I don't know why, but I just took a photo of the same window where the orb were.
Yeah.
And no light, no nothing. And just as we walked off, there's a light come on, and it's like an orangey glow on this light.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to John, "Oh my God, there's a light on." And he said, "Do you want to go back in?" I went, "No, thank you." And I thought, "Oh, that me being a coward." So on his way back through the little bit of a wood between that where we went into the hall, that's when I was just randomly just taking photos, and took a photo and got it. It went over John's shoulder. And he just swung round with tears in his eyes, and he said, "Oh my God, there's a man stood in front of me," but I thought he was winding me up. Yeah. So I just look back on my camera, and you can see this guy is plain as day. And I remember just standing there, and I just said, "Who are you?" And I just heard the name William. I'm up in the tree. So I just took a photo up in the tree. But on the photo, when I looked at the camera, I just seen energy. I didn't see the face behind it till I actually put it up on the computer. So the day after, me and Susan went back to Gawthorpe because you get your skeptic side with you, where you're thinking, hang on, could it have been that there's a poster on a tree of somebody, and that's what I've caught. Anyway, when we went back, there was nothing, and it then started raining. And as I stepped back to go back into where all were, Radio Lancashire's turned up in the blue bus. So this guy said, "Oh, ladies, come on, bus with us." He said, "Have a cup of tea with us." And what you doing? So I've just told him that what we'd done, and I'm showing him my photos. He's now disappeared and come back, and he said, "I've just had a word with I don't know what they call them, the lady who runs it, and asked her if we can do a programme of you coming round. Do you want to come round and do see what you pick up?" And I'm thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to do a Derek Acora here. So now I'm asking Rob Bustin. Now Rob Bustin's my guide, and I'm going, "Get your arse here, because I can't this on my own. I need him." And I'm panicking like mad, thinking, what if I go and I don't pick out up? I'm going to make back a rat Twitter myself here. So me, Susan, and I can't remember his name. I almost think he's called Bob for some reason, so we'll call him Bob. And as I stepped in, I picked up a lady called, I got the name Rachel, and she said that the bedroom was right at the top of the hall at the far corner. And so I started describing this bedroom, and I remember saying there's a room on there's windows on the left, windows at the front, windows at the side, and there's a four-poster bed. Then I started analysing, because I'm now thinking there's bound to be a four-poster bed because we're in that kind of era. And talking that there's a sideboard with this wash basin at the right-hand side. So he then said to the lady, "Can we, does this make sense?" And she said, yes. She said there was a lady, I think she was called Rachel, I think it was one at Shuttleworth.
All right.
And he said, "Can we, if there is a bedroom was on that corner," and he said, "I'll set you up." So as we're going up, I gets this pain in my neck, and this king, and I'm hopeless with my history with kings and queens. And I said, "I've got a pain in my neck." Now Bob's got like a tape recorder on his hip and microphone. So he's giving this microphone to me. And well, what you picking up? And I said, "I don't know. I've got a king." I said, "I think I've been beheaded." But he's telling me he's in here. He's got his photo in here. And so now he's talking to this historian, this lady. And she said, she said that there is royalty in the long gallery. So I remember stepping through this door on this long gallery. And you've got pictures all the way down this way, across, and then at front here. So I'm thinking which way I want to go. Now I'm going to pull to the left. So I'm standing in front of pictures, and I'm going, no, that's not him. So then, but I'm being pulled like now. So I'm going down. So you walk then to the next picture. No, I'm not feeling it. And I must have done it about 6 pictures. And then I got this real strong pain right back in my neck. And I said, there is. I said, there's a king. I said, I'm picking it up really strong. Now, as we went to the next one, I think it were like it was sat on a horse, I think. Oh, you know, these really big ones where it's like massive pictures. And he said, now I can't remember if it was King Charles the First or King Charles the Second. And he said, he said, in this king did, he got beheaded. So he's now doing a commentary on there. I've walked back to talk to the rest of the group who's stood at door. And as we were just talking, I just felt this energy and just walked right through me. And when I looked at side, now I saw it, but not like I'm looking at you can see it, but you're looking through it.
Yeah.
And it was a servant, and she had a tray with cups on it. And she just walked she walked through the door. She didn't open it, obviously, she just walked through it. And so the ladies now who were with Bob, one of the presenters, she's shouting Bob over. And everybody's ears were all stood on them because everybody felt it. And so she's telling Bob. So Bob then asked the lady, what's behind the door? And he said that used to be servants' quarters. So we've now moved on up to another, because we're making his way up to this top floor. Then I picked up a little boy, which I'm now thinking, could it have been Peter who we picked up on Friday night, because the little boy playing with his ball, but that's another story. So then we get to the top. As we walked in, this is Bob now. He opens the door. He's got his microphone. I've just walked into this room, he says. I'm looking at this room, he said, and there's a window there, a window there. He said, and a window there. He said, and there's a 4-poster bed with a sideboard and a bowl at the side. He said, Denise, how does that make you feel? So I went, I think it's worth a wobble of an edge. Because I was just thinking like, oh my God, I've got it right. And and he's like talking, but we were having a bit of a laugh with him. Yeah. So then he asked her about William, because we were talking about William Shuttleworth. We didn't know whether there was a William Shuttleworth at this stage. And he asked the lady, and he said, is there a William what used to live here? And she said, yeah, Richard. There was Richard Shuttleworth, and I'm thinking William. I think William was his son. And she said, so he showed her the photograph, which I got on my camera. And so she said, I'll take you to the gallery. I'll take you to the, the family room where they have the photo albums and stuff. Anyway, so we get there, and we just walks in, and there's a photograph of William Shuttleworth. And it shows like having like a ruffle kind of collar. Yeah. It's the same as what I've got on my camera. So he's now putting the two pictures together. And he's looking down, and he said, this is the same man. It's sort of marks in my face again. Denise, how does this make you feel? And I said, it's quite spooky, isn't it? Like this. So anyway, we did have a bit of a laugh around it. But the thing is, what got me thinking afterwards, isn't it weird how we went back the day after? Because if we hadn't done, I want to find out about William Shuttleworth. I want to got the photograph. So and then Friday, I mean, that was fabulous stuff what we got on there, but it's the same man at the window what was there 15 years ago. And apart from you putting your hand on that slug and frightening me to death.
I know.
But yeah, we've got some cracking pictures from Friday. It's really good.
Yeah, I've got some of the stuff lined up here. Bob, can you hear everything? Yeah. We can't hear you. There's no voice. Have you muted yourself? Bear with. Bob? Your mic's gone. Log out and then log back in. Might just be a setting. So it's just me and you. I'll tell you. Nothing. It might be all right in a minute. Yeah, so obviously you mentioned about the pictures from the first time round. I've got some of them. Some of them won't upload for some reason on the streaming, but I do have some of the orbs and stuff you've got caught, which is one of this one. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's on your way down. That's on your way down the road to Gawthorpe Hall, because there's a long road leading down.
Yeah. There was this one as well. Look at all them orbs. That's amazing.
Have you noticed the pink orb robusting again? It always comes as a pink orb.
Why is it? Obviously, you mentioned Robustin, who is your main guide. Why is it he comes as a pink orb, or shows himself as a pink orb?
I think it's because he's got a flamboyant side to him, hasn't he? He likes to be different. But we're going back 20 odd years ago when I first caught this pink orb, and I thought, oh, pink orb, and then he said it's me, and so every time I see a pink orb, I think it's just his way of saying, look, I'm here. So it's just, but we got the pink orb on the timer. Yay!
Yeah, we have Bob.
Yeah, shut up. Right.
Say that again, Bob. Sorry.
You hear me?
Yeah, you're good. We're just talking about Denise's guys. Robusting. So as you were saying, sorry, Denise, go on.
No, I was just saying that I think it's his way of letting me know that he's around with the pink orb. Yeah. So, because we got the pink orb at Townley, didn't we, on the door?
Yes, we did, yeah. See, Townley were awesome. And the big picture, obviously, we shared when it looks like I've got a bird around me. Oh, that was
brilliant.
Awesome.
But you can actually see the energy around the bird as well. Well, I'm saying it's because it's got a big orange beak. Yeah. Maybe it's one of your totem animals.
I don't know, possibly, yeah. It would make sense. It was. How did you find it, Bob, at the weekend?
I thought it was really good. I thought what we caught was really good because we caught so much, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's what people go for. They go to find things like that. And evidence as well. Every time we go out and do something, we have evidence of photos. Well, photos, sometimes voices, footsteps, stuff like that. We get, all that sort of stuff, which is good. And I think we've done really well with that. And it's good that people out there can see that we're doing so well.
Oh, definitely.
Quite impressed. Absolutely brilliant.
I think as well.
I wasn't scared this time, man.
Honestly, Denise, Wally, after 20 minutes, we need to leave this room. Can't do it.
That was mental. Honestly, it was like the walls were just closing in on me. I thought it was mad. I've never experienced that, though. When we done like the Marlow, never had a problem with that at all. But when we done that, it's because it was all like ruins and stuff. It tended to like close in. Well, you see me, I kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. I just couldn't stay in that room, but in that area. It was really bad, but it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that last week. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Oh, brilliant.
Good footage, everything.
A couple of hellos and then we'll get back into Kathy's on. Good evening, Kathy. Hope you're all right. We've got Betty on with us. We've got Anita. Good evening. We've got Craig on with us as well. It doesn't exactly tell me who's watching, but if you just write in the comments section who is watching, let us know that you're there. And like I say, if you do have any questions for Denise, just comment them in and we'll ask her for you.
There's the easy questions I can answer.
What you were saying then, Bob, was about the team on Friday night. Obviously, I think we all worked really well as a team. The energy we had off each other with Carl, obviously you, me, Susan. I thought it was really good.
I really think it was actually fantastic. I felt like we were sort of like as a team and we were getting evidence. And I think if you work together as a team, you can get, everything that you really need.
Yeah.
You need that balance, though, don't you? It's not good going if you don't get on, then you're going to have that.
Oh, exactly. I agree with you.
You need the balance. Because like I said, that was Susan and that. Everybody, we just gelled. And it's lovely. It's a lovely energies and everything. And we can have a laugh as well. We have a bit of fun as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you say, it was really good. And that was the first time we've worked, obviously, with a few extras. I really enjoyed it. You mentioned, Denise, about some of these pictures. This is the one where you can see the lake.
That's, when I said,
I'm guessing it's the lake.
William said he was up in the tree. That's obviously that's been blown up, but we didn't notice that. It's got to be about 4 years down the line, and it was one of my clients what said there's a lady stood on a leaf, and I thought she was winding me up until we looked in. I thought there is, and because you can actually see the leaf underneath where she's at. So there's no way somebody could be stood on a tree there.
Yeah.
But the one on Friday, what Bob took, the same colour. It's behind because there was 5 of us. And on there, you've got Susan to the left. You've got you with your camera facing us. I'm speaking. I've got my back to you on the right, talking to Carl. And then behind Carl, these 2 people stood behind. And there was only 5 of us. And Bob's taking the photo. So that's 5. So where's these other 2 people come from?
Crazy that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Do you not notice that one, Carl?
I've never seen that one.
You took the picture.
No, I took the picture, but I couldn't have actually looked at it because I didn't see anything like that.
It's
Yeah,
weird,
because
isn't
at the back of Susan, you've got that figure with a beard, which is up at the window.
Yeah, I've got that
Wow.
one.
That's an amazing piece of footage. Good
No, I don't know
spotting
whether
that. I looked at that picture, but I never see anything like that.
you see, that's what you've got to do. You see, when you're looking, you've got to span round every part of your photo to have a look. Because I ended up counting. I counted the legs because I thought, no, surely. So I actually counted how many pairs of legs there were, and you've got 4 pair of legs there. But when you look behind, you've got there's a face and somebody wearing that blue coat again, the same colour what was on that leaf over 15 years ago.
It's crazy that. It's cool though.
So somebody's following us about.
Again, we got some fantastic evidence. I think it was nice because that was the first time we'd done a proper vigil wise, because obviously when we did Townley, we just did more pictures, but doing it as a proper vigil, and obviously with you linking in as well and the stuff you picked up on, I thought it were awesome.
I'm looking forward to this cemetery.
Thing is, like, usually I get a lot because we got lots of pictures up at Townley, didn't we? Energy. And I was a bit disappointed because I didn't get any. And I'm thinking, because Bob ended up getting, you got that cross, didn't you? And when I looked at that, it looks like a big angel.
Actually, believe it or not, it wasn't a cross.
I'm thinking, Bob's got something tonight. I haven't got anything here. And it went till I got home, and I was just zooming in, and then I saw the figure up at the window. But it's at the left, then it moves to the right, looking down, and then but you can see it's plain as day. But my instinct straight away, William Shuttleworth again. So I'm really honoured that. I thought, hey, he's visited me again. So I'm really chuffed with that. I almost feel like I know him.
Yeah, it wasn't, believe it or not, right, Denise, it wasn't a cross.
There you go. That's it. You can just sort of
7.
Yeah, but it looked like an angel because if you look, there's like the wingspan around it. And then again, is it protection?
It goes round, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's like you can see the body. The arms outstretched.
I mean, I looked at it on my camera, but I couldn't see it very well at all. But looking at it now, it's got like a curve on it from somewhere. I don't know what that is all about. That's weird.
That was like one of the first photos, I think, when we got there.
Yeah, but you know, when I took it, right, I just thought I'd see like a leaf floating down or something. You know what I mean? And then bang, you know. I was lucky to catch that, I think. That was amazing bit of footage there. Absolutely. Great. I don't know what it is. It looks weird anyway, but it looks good. It does. I can't make it. I'm trying to make it out. It looks like a 7, but then you got a little flip on it, like a big circle on the opposite side of the 7. I don't understand it.
Yeah, but when I'm looking at it, I can see, like, you've got your top where it goes like that, but if you look underneath, it comes down. It comes down like a dress. You can see the waist, and then it comes back on itself.
I'm with you. Yes. If I'm right, you can see the hair as well at the top, I think.
Great, thank you, brother.
Yeah, you can see the dress coming down. You can see the wings on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah. I'm sure I can see the hair on top. I'm not too sure.
Well, I thought it was like an halo, that kind of thing above the head.
That's mental.
Oh, yeah.
We should blow it up, make it real big, and then we'll be able to see really what it.
I know. I'm going to put these on after the live. I'm going to put the full album of all the pictures on, so you can have
stuff.
Can you get the one with the man at the window or not? Or will it not load up?
Yeah, I've got it on here. I'm just going to do a couple of shout outs as we carry on. I've just realised that's Craig from class. I didn't see your picture. I just saw the name Craig Burrows and I didn't recognise the name.
Hi, Craig.
And then I saw the picture. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're all right, mate. Hopefully see you in class at some point. I need to spot that's fab. I've only ever seen spirits from the waist upwards. I've never seen the legs. I've seen the full person as a grey shadow passing in front of me a few times. That's from Anita.
Hi, Anita. Sometimes, Anita, though, when you're only seeing half, like from waist upwards, it can mean that if you think about buildings, sometimes they could have had you move in and sometimes the floor could have been lowered, or we've had our floor raised up. So originally, there could be like a floor which is like 2 foot underneath, but our floor's here. but they'll still be walking on the floor underneath, which could come as, so you're only seeing half the body because it's coming through the floor.
And when I interviewed Richard Felix, he was saying about that, because he was about the story from, I can't remember the name of the place, in York, and the guy was a plumber and he saw the Roman army coming through the wall, but he only saw them from the waist upwards, and then Bale said he was wrong, and then over time they end up digging down and the road was like quite obviously a lot further down, and then that's all.
Because they won't know. It's like, you know, I always have this thought, me, you know, if you see a ghost and that ghost sees you, kind of thing. When they're seeing you, are they thinking that we're the spirits? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like they're carrying on living in their world, which it's like you said with the floors, we're walking on this one, they're walking underneath. So they'll be thinking we're walking in thin air, thinking, oh, there's a ghost there.
They're going to think we're the odd ones out, aren't they? Because seriously though, she's right what she said, because it's like we're interfering in their dimension, like. You know what I mean?
And that's why a lot of times when you move into an house and you've had nothing, no energy at all, you start doing like knocking walls down, you're disturbing that, boom, then that's when all the activity starts coming in, because you've actually disturbed it.
Yeah.
I believe that, yeah, that's true.
We realised that as well when we went to that ancient Ramin, because it was like a bit of a head fart, I'll call it. But because you're walking through the house, and then as soon as you get to that bishop's room, and then you look out floor level, but you've just walked up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Until you look out the window, and it just shows you how much the ground has obviously been raised. Yeah. Mental. Someone has put, I saw a round, bright, glowing light on your last video. It was just a light bouncing off Bob's bald head. I'm sure that was the guy who commented saying about Bob shaking, about him being cold. So back to these pictures. So we've got here we go. This is one you was on about, Denise.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And now when I've looked on the previous photos before then, because there were 3, it shows him stood to the left, then it shows him stood and looking down, and then you got this one where he's looking to the right. But it's the same picture what Bob caught at back of Susan in that courtyard. It's the same man with the beard and the black hair. So obviously we're following us around. Maybe we're just protecting us and looking after us. Yeah. Because like I said, I don't feel anything evil there. I don't feel anything negative there.
Definitely not.
You know, I think we've just, I've met myself a little friend with William. And he wanted to come back and said, hello, Denise and Susan again. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Let's say I'm going to put all the pictures up together so everyone can see, obviously, the zoomed in versions and that. But I think that picture, when you sent me that, I was like, wow, that is like epic. Because I never would have spotted it.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely amazing. I think that sort of sums it up for me. That
it does, doesn't it?
You know, to get
impressed with that.
This like that. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I remember thinking
the features as well, which is really good.
Yeah, you can make out that face as clear as day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I've got no, we've done that one. Sorry. Like this one. This is what you took, Denise, with the orb at the top.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's a few like that, and this one as well.
Yeah, you've got your 2 orbs. And do you know, where did that light come from? Do you remember when the light lit up? You know, like you can see there's all light round it here. I mean, full blown light. When that light went on, but because when I looked through the railings, there was nothing with the light beaming up onto the walls.
Yeah,
and then it just went off. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go back down again and have a look and see where these lights are, because I don't know whether was it some, you know, what they've got. But you'd have seen the beam coming up, surely.
Yeah, well, I thought that because I'm like, I know she was walking around the grounds when it was dark. You think if it was to do with like a sensor, we would have set it off. And it wasn't on full.
And then it just went off.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's well weird.
And the voices as well, what we got, they were brilliant.
Absolutely amazing.
I think as well, like with a flashing ball, like obviously the technology we're using. So again, shout out to Mark at Paranormal Technology. But to be able to get it on command, you know, when you're asking that question, like, because at that point, obviously, you'd wandered off, and then me and Bob were just calling, and Bob mentioned, what was the name? Was it Charlotte? Did you say Charlotte? And then it flashed straight away. And then
I just put in a minute though, Bob. You know when you said at the beginning, you said you kept getting the name K.
Yeah.
I've had a look on. I actually went on Google when I come home. There was, and now the Rachel. I think her name was Rachel K. Shuttleworth. So you were right.
Well, that's weird, isn't it?
I had to mention that to you.
Yeah.
You were right.
I know we had a K. I just had K come in my head. I thought.
Yeah, you kept saying K.
I couldn't think it was the first name. I don't know. I just knew a K.
Yeah.
That was it. So
whether there's another K, I don't know, but I know that because I looked up and it said Rachel K. Shuttleworth, and I thought I have to tell Bobby we're right. Yeah, you were right.
That's amazing.
Well, again, we're all sort of linked in together, aren't we?
If you're linked together, you're going to pick up stuff. I tell you, I don't get all together. You're going to get things bouncing out of you, and that's it. Amazing, absolutely, really good. That
even just the first walk round that the building got there was a vibe. You sense the vibe about that place. The energy of the place is pretty immense. So I think I'd definitely love to go again. I've always wanted to go inside the building, but it's always been shut, so I never got the chance.
Oh, that's it.
Just go inside and walk around.
That was such an amazing pace, though, wasn't it? Oh, absolutely.
So, don't forget, we will be
what we call Little Peter, little boy, the Little Peter.
Well, you had Little Peter, didn't you? And then we say something about a kitchen area or something like that, and then that comes, it starts flashing, and I thought, well, you know, there's something going on here. Perhaps it's the kids when they've been doing hide and seek, because that area there, little area, that reminded me of actually. I can imagine kids playing and hiding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Quite weird, but that's what just kept coming in my head. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we did that part because we got something, didn't we? We tried to get it on camera, me and Denise, the actual, you know, the balls actually lighting up and that. But
you can actually hear him, can't you? That was weird though. When they were talking and I was just describing what they were wearing, and I actually seen. I saw something move. I thought there was somebody walking down. That's why, because if you notice on the video part, I'm going into bed. I'm like, and he's wearing, because I was watching what were going off, and then you can hear somebody shout behind Bob. Somebody shouted, and and then you turned your torch, there was nobody there because I actually thought somebody was walking down because I saw the black shadow. It freaked me out a bit. Did that actually?
That happened, and then we end up the bags. We had the rustling or shuffling of someone's feet or something. Yeah, right. Around. There's nothing there, and obviously
that was cold. That was cold, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. But there was nothing.
Cole had somebody behind him or something.
Yeah. And then with Peter, when I asked him if he'd gone, and he went, "Now," is it because it had like an old-fashioned no? Now, and yeah. But I'm going to try it without the sweeper because obviously with the see if we can get it on just direct on recorder, you know, rather than because it's hard trying to listen between it.
Yeah, make out. Yeah, definitely.
What did Cole actually?
My equipment, like I said, it's ancient. It's over 20-year-old. It's not. I need some of Jared's.
I think. But yeah, it's it was absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward. I'm not going to tell everyone where we are this weekend, but we will be live again on Friday night from a mysterious location. Weather permitting. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. If not, we'll do some form of live for you. But this Friday's live is going to be very interesting as well, which I'm really, really excited for. Betty has commented saying, "I liked it when Denise was communicating with Peter." See, that was
good.
When you said about
Betty, did you see me doing Ring of Roses? I can't believe I actually did Ring of Roses.
And I didn't have to sing, thankfully. But I found it weird that when you were saying about you feel the little boy hugging your leg, and then you obviously when you put your hand near your leg, it was like a fridge blowing out air. It was. That's very.
I could have vouched for that. That was cold. Absolutely.
There's no draft coming from that.
No.
But the other side though, they were just warm. But I just actually felt like it don't feel like somebody grabbing your leg. It just felt like energy swirling round your leg. if you know what I mean. But I felt the hug. I felt that because it was that feeling, if you know what I mean. I can't explain because I know what I'm feeling. It's hard to explain to you because you'll know the difference from something baddie hugging you to something a child or some nice energy hugging you. But it was lovely, and I was so worrying about him, thinking, "Oh my God, he's on his own here, and is there somebody there to look after him?" Because I wanted to take him home with me, and I know I can't.
That was
but we did have a game of hide and seek, and we did have a game of Ring of Roses, and there were that. Yeah, did you not say Jared copped out and not singing to him when they asked for Jared to sing?
Yeah. Oh my God, that was amazing. Though.
I don't think anyone really would fancy me singing to him. Craig has mentioned Salisbury Hall. So me and Bob went a couple of weeks ago just to have a look around and walk around, got some pictures. What a cool place. Like, that's pretty majestic. That building has got it's got a proper cool aura about it. So obviously that's some place we want to do. Kathy's mentioned it as well, saying she got some good evidence. I know you have been yourself, haven't you, Denise, with Gordon?
Yeah, I went actually with Mary White. And again, we're going back over 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But the grounds, because we kept going back. We kept going visiting it. It was just like we're being pulled, Sunday afternoon, let's go around Salisbury Hall. And we took a reporter from Burnley Express with us once as well, and we got a massive hall in the monks' room there. Now, this year now, I think it was coming up to, it must have been October time. And we've gone at grounds, and we got green orbs, we got blue orbs, we got a lot of different coloured orbs.
Wow.
But we went across road, and we climbed over a fence, and it's like brambles and all sorts, and then there's an hill, so you're sliding down this hill, and there's a little brook what runs at the bottom, and basically that's the one I was showing you, Jared, where I took a photo and there was an energy behind me because I felt like it's behind me, and took a selfie, and there it were, like going like this at the back of me.
Wow.
Then we saw this. Now all we saw was mist. Like sometimes when you're driving at night time and there's a fog and you can see it like just coming out at drains and it's coming over fields.
Yeah. This
started coming down down following the stream. So we just thought it's mist. We didn't think nothing of it, and then it started building up in front of this tree. And basically, I just took a photo of it, and then Mary said we were called, let's go on. Anyway, we'd gone on. It weren't until I actually put it up on the computer and zoomed in on it. We've got a hood, and then you've got a woman's head, and the head were floating up into the hood, which comes out to be the grey lady. And it's like a grey energy, but I don't know whether you've got that picture, Jared, or not.
For it now as you're talking about, because I remember you sending it, man.
Yeah, you can see her. She's got like curly hair, blonde curly hair, and you can see that. You can see the face. I must admit, when I saw it, it did freak me out a bit. Did that? Because I thought, oh, it's a bit too. Is that one? So I don't know what I'd have done if it had formed into a figure and they started walking across the woods. I think me and Mary would have been like scrambling up bank to get away.
Was that the one over your back of your shoulder you on about? That?
No, that was just, I don't know what that were, because I just felt something there and I just took a photo, and it was just like white energy, just like, it looked like a wolf, actually, like a wolf energy. There.
You get good footage. I like the footage you get, really brilliant. I mean, it's amazing.
Aww.
I mean, you like all them orbs and little, the figures and stuff like that. Fantastic. I'm well impressed with that.
That's why I'm using the same camera, because like the camera then, which I've had all them years ago, and that's why I ranted about, because I thought if it's been in my suitcase for like 20 years, because we stopped doing it, and I thought they were going to stay there another 20 years until Jared said, "Would you like to come on?" I thought, "Oh, I can get my stuff out again now." So, and I've got my little spooky balls as well.
Well, so you've got a good camera there, a real good camera, because it gets really good stuff.
Yeah.
Jared was showing me some of the stuff that you got. I thought, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, I can't find it. We'll have to put it on the page.
Absolutely brilliant.
Resend it, man.
But like out of like 60 photos though, Bob, you've only got like 4 or 5 where you do catch something.
Oh yeah. But you cherish them, don't you? I mean.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah. Then you got some really good stuff on that.
Yeah, like Kathy mentioned about a beheaded horseman coming down the car park, and also in the upstairs in the schoolroom, a lot of energy.
Wow. Now it's funny. Who mentioned that about the horse? Then the beheaded horse.
Kathy.
There was that photo, weren't there, where on my previous one, and it had that big, what looked like a big birdie, like a side of a horse, and there's a horse's head. Then there's the man with the beard at the background. The owl. There quite a lot on that picture.
Yeah.
So could that be the headed horse? But that's going back again. It's like 15, 20 years ago when that one was told.
Because I know there's a story about a lady in the road as well who was sometimes seen. People have been driving, thought they'd hit someone, and then no one there. Yeah,
well, we hadn't seen her yet, have we? We did look, didn't we?
But
we never got nothing.
It was after Whalley Abbey as we were driving home. Decided to close the motorway off, so we went back roads, as they do. Same as last weekend, decided to close the motorway. But we ended up just driving into the grounds of Salisbury Hall because the gate was open. I thought, we'll just take a quick drive in. And I'm not going to, I was scared. I'm just driving. It's just dark. It's freaky.
It was.
Did you to take some photos?
No, I chickened out, to be honest.
Oh, do you know? I noticed how they shoved me in front when I'm going round in front of them because these two are chickens.
But yeah, there was something really creepy about it. All three of us were in car, me, Carl, and Bob, and we were just like, this place is freaky.
I was filming at the time anyway, wasn't I?
Yeah, Bob was.
I looked at the footage, I never got nothing. So
definitely
very creepy.
We'll have to go more back end of year when nights start drawing in because I'll take you down to that stream again. Because I think it was roundabout. I think it was it must have been October, November because the dark nights were coming in. So it may have been, it could have been around Halloweeny time when we went.
Kathy's put, that's true. She's also, I think that's about the lady in the road, also seen standing in the rose garden.
Yeah, I think it's been seen at Middle Road as well because people's actually stopped thinking they've run her over and they've actually seen her.
That's the only story I sort of know. But when we decided to go one afternoon, we just went for a coffee and just thought we'd have a quick look round.
Definitely.
But what a cool place. That was just like you say, that's just walking afternoon.
It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely.
Now museums are reopening things, obviously we should be able to even just go around for a walk around.
Because Gordon Walsh, do you remember Gordon Walsh?
Yes, I like Gordon.
Gordon used to live on grounds at Salisbury.
Yeah.
And he took me round one night.
Yeah.
And nothing, there was nothing there at all. We went in the this was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And we went into, there was nothing, we couldn't sense anything, even at Monk's room. When you go in, anybody who goes in there, next time you go to Monk's room, let me know or put it onto your channel.
Yeah.
It did because when you step in it knocks you to one side. For some reason, it's like it's like you feel like the floor's uneven and you push to one side. Yeah, and I think he said, sorry, that there's a stain on the floor. What was the monk's blood? And they've washed it and washed it and washed it. They can wash it away and it keeps appearing. It's still there. It never goes away. I'm sure it was there. Then again, it might be somewhere else I've been, but I'm sure it was in that monk's room. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But didn't get any orbs and nothing, so we're a bit disappointed with it on that night. So I suppose it depends on what time of year you go.
Yeah, I think sometimes it could be like, say, down to an anniversary as well, can it? Anita's what Ashley Hall I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I remember. I couldn't remember the name of the room that most spooked me out. It was the Oliver Cromwell room. Stayed there, both myself and my daughter could feel it.
Wow.
Where's that? Where's Ashley Hall?
I'll tell you where it is now because it's in my list. So when people write places, I have a list, and Bob's got a bigger list than me.
I've got a few places actually. Yeah.
A list as long as his arm, tell you.
Oh yeah.
Hall is Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Yeah.
That's quite a way.
I was talking to Susan because obviously Susan used to come with me many years ago, and by the way, she said thank you very much for allowing her to come on. She loved it and she loved meeting you up again. So I was talking to Michael, and because I was saying if we're doing local, I might bring Susan with me on my locals, but if we're going to be travelling, I'll get Mick to drive me so Mick can come on. He can come with me on my long journeys, and Susan can come on my short journeys. Because she's very spiritual, is Susan.
Yeah.
She's got lovely, beautiful energies. Yeah.
Like I say, I end up sitting next to her in class most of the time. It's weird, isn't it? Because I remember when I first joined the class, it was funny actually because, like you're saying, like I was literally the only man at that was before Craig joined. It was like, by the way, you're the only guy there. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So you walk in, it's just a room full of women. I'm like, it's okay.
But thought it was in his element, did Jared?
I bet you loved it.
But I always find you end up finding your place in the class where you sit. You're just drawn to that one person or that group of people. Maybe and it's just where you end up sitting, and I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it, how it sort of works, I guess.
I still say your granddad sent you.
No, definitely, I totally agree. Like you said, for those, most of you do know, but obviously my granddad was a medium, and my granddad been, I think, late 40s he started or something crazy, 50s. So that old school. But obviously meeting Denise and then took you under his wing onto the churches and stuff. And now it's sort of like roles reversed a bit, isn't it? It's pretty awesome. It's very much.
Yeah, actually, it was quite well known with your granddad. You know, everybody knew him.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just so honoured that he took me under his wing and got me cracking and took me up with him to, you know, when he did a service, and that's how I started. So it's so your granddad helped me, is now you've come to me, and it's like you said, roles reversing.
Oh, definitely. I think this is quite interesting actually, because I think as well, when my granddad, because I used to always go to the churches with him, but he always said, this isn't for you, this isn't for you. And now obviously it's come to started at Blackpool class, and now obviously with you, it's like he's now pushed me into that direction. It's like, now, okay, we'll get you started. Because at that point, I was only 16, 12, you know, from like 12 to 18. So obviously I was still obviously not ready for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but think what a cracking guide you've got now, Jared.
Won't leave me alone.
Follow the footsteps, mate. That's what's happening.
Yeah, well, I always said that. I always said I'd like to be able to stand on a rostrum again. And, you know, when people, you know, like when we've been to like Burnley Church, been to Clitheroe with my mum and stuff, and, you know, people come like, oh, I remember your granddad. And it's just like, it's lovely to think if I could be able to do that, and that, then people come to you at the end after you've done your service, it's like, oh, I remember your granddad, you know, It's absolutely lovely. Yeah, I love it. Wow. Where are we? Kathy's talking about Salisbury. Yes, it's true. It does happen. You get the smell of the blood in the monk room, just by the door as you step through the two doors.
Yeah, that's where you go off balance when you walk in. It's like, whoa, when you're going in. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
That's something to investigate. That I find that in some places we go to, you know, you feel uneasy. You're swaying, but you're not swaying.
That's what happened under that tunnel on Friday night. I found when we were on, whoa, when the energies come in.
It's like you're walking on a ship. It's very bizarre.
Yeah,
it's like you're unbalanced or something. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, weird.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this weekend as well. Weather permitting, of course. It was supposed to rain all last week, and then it was sunny all week. So fingers crossed, we'll be okay for the weekend, because I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to rain on Friday.
I know. Like the one day it says it's going to be dry, and then I thought it's going to chuck it down, but thankfully we was okay.
Oh, it's mental.
Denise, where can people find you if they want to book a reading or any information?
Can they get they can find me on Facebook, can't they? And just send me a private message, and then what I usually do is ask them to send me the phone number, and then I'll text them all information, because it's all stored in my phone. So I can, but I am doing video readings. I'm not going back face to face, because I've had to, as you can see, I'm working from home now. All my stuff's been brought home, so it's took off big time, this video readings, and it's no different to face, as you can see. We're having a chat now. All I need is your voice link, basically, and when I'm doing your cards, I'll be, concentrate on you, pick your cards out for you, and it's opened a big world up, because I'm going further afield now, because I'm doing abroad. I've got Jamaica, I've got Australia and America, so I'm getting all over. Wow. So I'm quite enjoying it, actually. Yeah. And thing is, if I don't like them, I can just turn them off, can't I?
Exactly.
I'm only joking.
How did you find reading for people in a different country? Because obviously I mentioned before when I did that course at the Alpha Fender College. So we had people from like Japan, Germany, Switzerland. We had literally all over, and it was well like crazy because I thought I've always wanted to give a reading for someone who obviously in a different country or whatever. And I was surprised how you can link in and the messages. It was quite amazing. How do you find it?
Sometimes, like, I'm trying to think. I can't remember. We were reading what I did, but it was doing say like Spanish, but they were coming through, talking to me through, and I'm like, I was repeating words. I had to clue what I was saying, and I'm like, I need an interpreter to come in, but you guys will bring somebody in to bring it in English for you because I had to clue what I was talking about. But like we Americans, they have different things to us. Like they have diapers, we have nappies.
Yeah.
They're called the bottom. They call it a fanny, don't they? You know, and it's like we're like, oh, you know, but it's different lingo to what we've got. It's like sometimes you get a bit mixed up with what you get, but always listen. Just go if you got a feeling, whatever you get, just give what you get because you might not understand it, but they will.
Yeah.
You know, and do as I said in classes. Just go with your feeling. Don't analyze it. Start analyzing it. You lose it because you start putting your own thoughts to it.
Yeah, that's where I got. Sometimes as well, it's a bit of a confidence thing because that's what I'm pretty pain in the arse for. Like, just rather than just saying it, if it's a no, it's not the end of the world. But I just go, and then I'm just like, just say it. It's not the end of the world. And then I'm like, at that point, you end up losing it or you're cutting it off because you're obviously panicking and you.
Well, I remember at Burnley Church, I've got many years ago, and I was talking to this girl. I don't know who was talking to me. I can't remember the conversation. But he kept saying, just say E.T.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, E.T., just say E.T. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying E.T. because I'm thinking, are they insulting her? But, you know, we're saying E.T. And he said, just say E.T. So I just said it. I said, does E.T. mean not to you? Well, she must start laughing. And then told me she's a really long neck. She said, and when she has her hair up in the bum, they nicknamed her E.T. But I was analysing it because I'm thinking, you know, so like I said, whatever you get, give because it as little as it is, it means something.
Oh, definitely. Anita's asked about your classes. I'd like to try and improve. At home, I can't read. Was it happening again? Does Denise do classes? I'd like to try and improve and home in more for everything I feel, etc. Is your plan to restart the class?
I'm just going to wait. Because obviously, you know, we're in hospital in December, so I've got to be careful of mixing it. I can go outside and stuff, and I've got to be careful because I don't want to be catching anything. But I'm just watching. I'm waiting for this Indian strain thing at this moment to see what's happening because I don't want to start my classes again, and then we end up having to stop. But I am going to keep it in my bubble, so it'll be like each bubble will be coming week. You know what I mean? So you'll be coming once a month rather than every week. But if she messages me, I'll put her on my list. Oh, I've got a flash. Oh look, I've got a flash going on here. Look, I'll put it down here.
Obviously, I know Bob unfortunately didn't come to Ramin, but that was amazing when I obviously was on the phone to you when video calling as we're walking around, and then every time I'd say something, the balls were flashing on their own. Who's to that? Honestly, best gadget I think and they're cheap and cheerful. You know what I mean? Well,
you've got to try and find them now because people are getting on. They're catching on now, so they're selling them like stupid. You know, like instead of $4.99, they're selling them like £21 now. Paranormal ball.
Yeah.
You know, but I use them in my readings now. So if I'm doing a reading, I'll just put them in front of me when I'm turning into spirit world, and we use it as an experiment now because they'll flash away. I have 2 flashing today, so it's like something different.
Yeah. But I feel it's similar to getting a message from an animal. It comes to me very much like a thought rather than a sound. They may give you a phrase in their native language, but that's not for you to know the meaning of, as long as a sitter can take it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because again, it's that emotional side of things what you're picking up. Because don't forget, you're working on different senses here. You know, clair sentience. Mm-hmm. That's where you're sensing things. Yeah. You know, and it's good when you do get an animal around you and everything, and you know, sometimes like when I've had them before, they've brought things through that. They've had like a red bowl, feeding bowl, and they've put it down on the floor, you know, because they're still the same animal in spirit. Well, there's evidence for that, I call them family members, because it is like losing a part of your family when you lose an animal, when you lose a dog or a cat and that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So for you, Denise, how is it working for you? So obviously, if you explain to people how you work, like clairaudient, sentient.
Oh, you're asking me something now.
How would you explain it?
Right, what are you asking me?
Like how you
what
work,
are you asking me?
clairaudient, clairsentient, like how you work, just to tell people.
I thought, right, that because we did the testing class, didn't we? You know, the test what I give you to see whether you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, sentience. I thought I was clairaudient because I do with your spirit. Until I've been starting to notice, I thought no, because I do see now I see the energy coming in, which is like, do you know when the sun's shining and you get that haze and it's like a heat wave?
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Which I'm used to seeing it like that. Now, if I see a pair of feet forming, I probably hip pants and leg it, because I don't like seeing them, because I'm not used to seeing them solid. And then it's almost like it's a conversation, but it's not. It's in my ear, but not outside my ear. So I suppose it's like a really strong. It's like I suppose it's like telepathy, like they're talking in my head, because it's a conversation. It's different to your own thought when you're hearing them chatting to you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have seen, for instance, someone will just wake you up and then there's a face outside of your bed and it's like, oh, and you want to punch it, and I don't like it, because they're there, they're looking at you. You say, don't do that to me. Don't like it. Thank you very much. If you're going to talk to me, come through the right channels and come and talk to me like this, not at that time and pop your face outside of me. I don't like it. So but obviously you'll work with clairsentience as well, because you can. I'll be talking to somebody and I might get a taste in my mouth where I've got to, or can smell. You can smell that potato pie cooking, or so you're not just using that one sense. You use all your senses when you're working, but some will be stronger than others. Mm-hmm. You know, so don't be thinking, oh, I'm a clairsentience, because you're not. You work with all your senses, but your guides will know which is your strongest sense to work with, and then they'll work with the others to bring it up for you. But I've seen spirits since I was a child, but doing this, I've been doing it like nearly 40 years now. That makes me look really old, doesn't it? I was only 7 when I started. But I'm still learning. I'm still, you never stop learning, you know.
No, I mean, you usually get the smells, don't you, as well, then? Like flowers and stuff like that, don't you? I'm sure you do, don't you? Something like that. Again. You usually get like smells of flowers and stuff like that, don't you? Or scents, perfumes.
That comes on your clairsentience, but it's actually clair aroma, because you're smelling, but it all comes in on your clairsentience, does that? You know, it's your senses and stuff. But Bob, now you're on this road, you know, you do know that you're going to start. You'll start developing, and things. You can't get off it once you're on the paranormal and you're on your spiritual road. There's no way getting off it.
I've started name searching now, so I'm doing all right with that. I've got the K, and what's next for me, we never know. But like I say, I reckon I can just names come in my head, and I just shout out and see what happens. You know what I mean? Because you don't know, do you? You know what I mean? You don't know what's communicating with you. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Weird, but it's good. I love it. I love it.
You've got to trust in what you get. Just trust.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if I get anything, I'll be well happy. You know what I mean? Like I say, because I know that I'm putting it out there for everybody else to understand that there's more out there than people realise. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Well, you say you proved it for yourself.
My daughter is ringing me. She's going to get told off.
But yeah, like you say, I'm really excited for what the future holds and what we've got obviously upcoming, which I can't tell everyone because it's a surprise. But there's I'm just really excited, and like you said,
I don't think I know where we're going yet. I'll have to talk to you afterwards, because is it where I said, or have you thought of somewhere else?
I think it's going to be where you said. I think.
Bob, don't say a word.
I won't say it. No,
Right.
I think it's where Denise said. We said it. Yeah, right.
No, but yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to that. And like I said, Denise, thank you very much for coming on tonight. And
no, I've enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Thank you to everyone for watching, of course, and Bob for joining me again. It's been a cool episode. I really enjoyed it, and I say I'm really excited for what the future holds. So, a few things before we do wrap up, everybody. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Paranormal Technology, Paratech. So, give them a like and shout on Facebook. And I can't find the picture, so I can bring it up for you. Oh, that's the wrong one. Nothing's going to plan now. Paranormal Technology. You're not just buying equipment, you're buying experience. So check them out, everyone. Like you say, you just show Mark that you've liked our page. Go across there and you get 10% off your first order with Paranormal Technology. And he has got some amazing stuff. Like you say, everything we use. I've got a box somewhere. It's right in front of me. I thought it disappeared then. So this is obviously one of the pieces of equipment we've got. Obviously, everything we use is from Mark. And we do have a spirit box coming very, very soon, which I'm excited.
I'm excited with that one, because that updates my tape recorder and my sleeper, because it's going to be all in one on that one, isn't it? I'm excited on that one.
You'll be able to pick loads up with that, won't you?
Hopefully.
And I think what else was I going to say? Yeah, and just thank you very much for tuning in, everyone, to this week. Don't forget, Friday night, 9 p.m. we'll go live, do a little walk around, obviously show you where we are, and then 10 p.m. we're back, and the vigil does start. So please do check in with us, and hope you do enjoy the live, hope you enjoyed the episode. And don't forget to check out Denise's Facebook if you do want a reading or any information or any questions. Just message her across, and she will put you on her list. Good list.
You can join me because I've got my page on my Denise Spiritual Enlightenment page. If you want to send me a, I can't think now, my brain's gone to, and I'll add you on. What's it called? Where you send a link thing to,
like approved to join the group.
Yeah, and if you send me a thing, and I'll approve you on, and then you can come on to my group then. So then you can private message me then if you want to, about me readings and stuff. So
I'll just put the link now for everyone so they can just get it there so you can check it out. So all the best, everyone. See you Friday night. Again, thank you very much, Denise and Bob, for coming on again. And we will see you all very, very soon. Good night. God bless. Love and light.
Bye.
Be safe.